The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a record-setting Pegasus Cup tune-up for California Chrome in the Winter Challenge, and a 1-2 finish by Todd Pletcher-trained Pegasus prospects in the Grade 3 Harlan's Holiday Stakes. We begin with Distaff Turf Sprinters at Tampa Bay Downs and the Lightning City Stakes. Everything Lovely, the 8-5 favorite, Richard Grunder has the call.
Quarter of a mile to run. Night Delight and Jimenez trying to steal off. They're at 12-1 and they cut the corner with the race to win or lose. Puntsville on the outside racing along second. Everything Lovely is now loose and going after the leader. Inside the final furlong, it's still Night Delight in front. Everything Lovely charging late, and here's Triple Chelsea absolutely flying on late down to the wire. Night Delight, Triple Chelsea flying on. Too close to call.
Triple Chelsea gets up to take the photo by a neck over Night Delight. Wilmer Garcia aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in 55-3. The first stakes victory for the Reform Claimer, who makes it 3 wins in her last 4 starts. The 3-year-old filly by Hat Trick was bred in Kentucky by Liberty Road Stables and was a $22,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by Anthony Granitz, Triple Chelsea has earned $187,000 for Calvin Johnson and Carlos Tonda. To Gulfstream Park for turf fillies and mares in the South Beach Stakes. Tutti Paesi, the 2-1 favorite, Peter Aiello picks up the call.
They go to the half-mile pole with Cali 37 in front, 3 parts of a length. Midnight Miley second, 3 wide Sandiva third. XCE down toward the inside will need a way through, but she has horse if she can get through. From the outside and Devilish Moon, then Neck of the Moon. Tutti Paesi has lost ground. She's now third last. Amy's Mesa and Seeking Treasure still at the back as they run to the top of the stretch. They won an opening half-mile in 48-3. Cali 37 is under siege. Here's Paco Lopez on Neck of the Moon, 4 wide. XCE still crying for some place to go. She's off the heels of rivals and now into the clear, but Neck of the Moon gets the jump. Neck of the Moon moves away. Now Sandiva tries to stay with her second. XCE into the clear. Late run from Seeking Treasure, but inside the final 16th. Neck of the Moon reaching. Neck of the Moon digging. Neck of the Moon the winner.
Neck of the Moon by Windstar Farm Stallion more than ready. The winner by a neck over Sandiva. Paco Lopez aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in 131 flat. The Chad Brown trainee was coming off a second-place finish in the River Memory Stakes at Woodbine. The 5-year-old mare was bred in New York by Stonebridge Farm. It was a $60,000 Keeneland November weanling. Neck of the Moon has earned $402,000 for Hidden Brook Farm. Paco Lopez with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Fairgrounds for the Blushing KD Stakes. Cash Control, the even money favorite, John G. Dooley has the call.
Freudy Ann dictates the stakes. Cash Control keeps tabs on this leader. With toward the inside, Prado Sweet By next in third, Kitten's Roar in fourth, Nisharora in fifth, Quest sixth on the outside. Secret Someone is some 10 lengths off this leader. Saving ground is Selenite. Outside that is the end of the turn, Uchenna. Then we come back to Dinosaur, Whiskey Eyes, and the trailer in 12th remains Zeta Zodi. The leader, Freudy Ann, coming toward the quarter pole. Half mile, 48 and 1/5 seconds. It's Freudy Ann who leads at the turn-in. A quarter to go. Cash Control. Kitten's Roar in that Ramsey red cap now. Strides up on the outside. 3/4 in 1 minute 12 and 4/5 seconds. It's Kitten's Roar who's nosed in front. Cash Control toward the inside. There's a furlong to go. It's Kitten's Roar and Cash Control. And these two in a close stakes run past the 16th. It's Cash Control. It's Kitten's Roar. It's Cash Control and Kitten's Roar. Bobber!
Here's another look at that photo finish. It's 5-2 second choice Kitten's Roar and Florent Giroux with the lead in deep stretch. But race favorite Cash Control is fighting back on the inside under Sean Bridgemahad. And Cash Control gets up to take the photo by a head. A stakes double on the card for Bridgemahad. Cash Control is by Windstar Farm Stallion Pioneer of the Nile. Time of the race 1:42.4. One of 3 stakes winners on the card for trainer Brad Cox. Cash Control was last seen defeating Kitten's Roar in the Grade 3 Cardinal Handicap. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by Bert, Elaine, and Richard Clyde. Cash Control has earned nearly $537,000 for Richard and Bertram Klein. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the 2017 sales. Back to Gulfstream Park for male turf horses in the El PRADO Stakes. Heart to Heart, the 4-5 favorite. Once again, here's Peter Aiello.
23-4 for the opening quarter speed, and up the backstretch they go. The leader is Heart to Heart, now by 3 parts of a length. Security Risk is second. Songstational is still tugging third. Racing fourth is Reporting Star. Flatlined is progressed with an inside lane. In the two path is Go Around, and trailing is Vision Perfect as they run around the far turn. Heart to Heart in front now by a length and a quarter. On the outside and Security Risk second. Songstational will have an opportunity from third. Flatlined needs out bad. He's trying to get into the clear and now works into the clear as they turn home. Up top, the leader is Heart to Heart by 2.5. Songstational set down for the drive by Jose Lescano, trying to bridge the gap second. Down the center and flatlined up the inside, Go Around. Heart to Heart's almost there. Flatlined is gaining ground late. Heart to Heart, flatlined maybe up into second, but Heart to Heart's hanging on.
Odds-on favorite Heart to Heart holds off fast closing Flatline by a neck. Julianne Leperoux aboard in 130 flat. The fourth stakes victory of the year for the former Canadian champion, who won a pair of graded stakes at Gulfstream Park to open the season. The Ontario-bred 5-year-old horse by English Channel was a $25,000 Canadian sale yearling. Trained by Brian Lynch, Heart to Heart has earned $998,000 for Terry Hamilton. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
It's Run Happy in front. Run Happy has won the Naira.com King's Bishop by 4. Run Happy has won the sprint. What a racehorse. A new track record.
Run Happy with a dominant victory in the Malibu.
Castleton Farm has a long and distinguished history as one of America's great horse farms, having reared multiple champions over the years. Situated on 1,100 acres, some of the finest bluegrass Kentucky has to offer, with 15 barns, including an isolation farm, providing full-service boarding. Castleton has a depth of professional experience coupled with passion for the thoroughbred horse and is dedicated to providing the most professional boarding experience possible in the thoroughbred industry. Kentucky's premier thoroughbred boarding, Castleton.
And now, a Florida thoroughbred history moment. In 1956, a small, feisty horse from Florida named Needles and his owners Jack Dudley and Bonnie Heath shocked the racing world, winning the Kentucky Derby. Needles proved that champions with modest pedigrees could be grown in the Sunshine State, thanks to the limestone-rich soil and spring water. His wild acclaim created the horse capital of the world that we know today. This has been a Florida thoroughbred history moment.
New to Coolmore America for 2017, Air Force Blue. A force to be reckoned with. A champion 2-year-old by Warfront.
And Air Force Blue now comes bounding through. 2, 3 lengths clear. A really good horse.
A 3-time Group 1 winner, armed with a devastating turn of foot. He's ready to take flight as a sire. It's time to get on board. Coolmore America, home of champions.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with 2-year-old stakes action from Fairgrounds coming up in this segment. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 3 Sugar Swirl Stakes. Stone-tastic, the 3-5 favorite, Peter Aiello with the call.
The two favorites hook up right now in the Sugar Swirl through an opening quarter in 22 seconds flat. On the inside, Stone-tastic. To the outside, it's Dearest. They're quickening up now at the 5/16 and 3 better than Danessa again. Then You Bought Her and winning for Sarah. There's a quarter of a mile to go, and Dearest puts her head in front and begins to edge clear a bit. Stone-tastic will have to fight back second. 3 back to Danessa again. Then You Bought Her, and they're at the top of the stretch. Dearest has the lead. Off the fence now. Stone-tastic tries to re-rally second. You Bought Her is third. Danessa again is fourth. 1/8 of a mile to go. Edgard Zayas and Dearest still there. A late run from You Bought Her. She's charging hard but running out of time. Dearest is clear. You Bought Her is too late. Dearest to win the Sugar Swirl.
3-2 second choice Dearest, the winner by a length over You Bought Her. Edgard Zayas aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 109-2. Dearest won 4 of her first 5 starts in South Florida, including a pair of stakes at Gulfstream Park. Shipped to Saratoga for her latest, the Gilberto Zerpa trainee was a close second in the Grade 2 Prioress Stakes. The 3-year-old filly by Midshipman was bred in Kentucky by Daniel Burke and Kathleen Schweizer. A $72,000 Keeneland September yearling and a $150,000 OBS March 2-year-old, Dearest has earned $295,000 for Gelfenstein Farm. Access Thoroughbred Week replays every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. Fillies and mares going a mile at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 3 Rampart Stakes. Curlin's Approval, the 1-2 favorite. Once again, here's Peter Aiello.
Toward the inside, Curlin's Approval. To the outside, Genre. They're behind each other's throats since they sprung the gate. From third, it's Eskenformoney. They went through the opening half mile in 45-3. So the pace setters have not let up. They've now worked 4 lengths clear of Caboclo de Rio in fourth. Down inside, Screaming Skylar has called it an afternoon, followed by Inside Out and Tormenta de Oro. But the top 3 are the factoring 3 as they run to the top of the stretch. There's a quarter of a mile left to go in the Rampart. Curlin's Approval comes under pressure to hold the lead. Genre is next, but Eskenformoney looms large on the outside. Here's Eskenformoney to take a shot at the top pair with 3/16 to go. Eskenformoney set down for the drive, and Curlin's Approval is right back at her. Genre's back to third. Still 3 chances inside the final 16th. Eskenformoney driving to a short lead. Curlin's Approval is game, but Eskenformoney will do it.
Eskenformoney runs down Curlin's Approval to defeat the odds-on favorite by 3/4 of a length, with the winner stablemate Genre third. Javier Castellano aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 135-2. Second by a neck to Genre and the Grade 3 Molly Pitcher Stakes in July. The Todd Pletcher trainee was last seen finishing a distant third in the Grade 3 Turn Back the Alarm handicap. The 4-year-old filly by Escondrea was bred in Kentucky by Ramspring Farm. Eskenformoney has earned $407,000 for Star Ladies Racing. The filly was consigned by TaylorMade Sales Agency to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where the future graded stakes winner was purchased by Frank Brothers agent for $225,000. Grade 3 Rampart Stakes winner Eskenformoney, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. To Fairgrounds for 2-year-olds in the Sugar Bowl Stakes. Undefeated running mate, the 2-5 favorite, John G. Dooley has the call.
The quarter for Divine Caleb. 22 1/5 seconds, inside 3 furlongs to go. Divine Caleb's lead. Running mate looms on the outside, as does Proforma, who's coming up in the 3 path. Keep talking toward the inside. At your word, we trail back to Monday Pirate. These 2-year-olds have turned for home, a quarter to go. Half mile in 46 seconds flat. Proforma takes a run at running mate who lugged in. Divine Caleb steadied at the inside. Keep Talking was switched out. Then At Your Word and Monday Pirate. They're deep in the final furlong with Laurent Giroux. Here's Proforma. Running mate second today. It's Proforma's win in the Sugar Bowl.
5-2 second choice Proforma by Coolmore America Stallion Munnings scores by 3 lengths over odds-on favorite running mate, who was disqualified to third. Florent Giroux aboard in 110-3. Third on debut at Churchill Downs, the Mike Stidham trainee broke his maiden in his second start under the Twin Spires. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Reggie and Tim Beeson and was a $65,000 yearling. Proforma has earned $71,000 for Dars Incorporated. 2-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. 2-year-old fillies at Fairgrounds and the LETELLIER Memorial Stakes. Golden Mischief, the 3-2 favorite. Once again, here's John G. Dooley.
Flatter Up leads by 2.5 to Tell the Princess, who's gained second from at the inside R. Naja. Four Circle fourth and now gaining ground. Golden Mischief and the orange cap launching her bid for David Flores as they converge at the quarter pole. Hot Shot Anna 2 wide as they straighten for home. The half mile in 45 and 2/5 seconds. Whole Scoop's been outpaced. 3/16 to go. It's Flatter Up, roused by C.J. McMahon. On the outside, here's Golden Mischief now with this surging run past. And toward the inside is Four Circle. They come past the 16th pole. It's Golden Mischief, and Golden Mischief now steaming away from them. Golden Mischief to win the LETELLIER Memorial Stakes by 3.
Race favorite Golden Mischief by Spendthrift Farm stallion Into Mischief defeats Flatter Up officially by 2 1/4 lengths. David Flores up in 1:10 4. Victorious in the My Trusty Cat Stakes 2 starts back. The Steve Asmussen trainee had a 3-race winning streak snapped by her distant 7th place finish in the Grade 3 Delta Downs Princess Stakes. The filly was bred in Kentucky by Frederica Caldwell and was a $180,000 yearling. Golden Mischief has earned $166,000 for William and Corinne Heilig-Bro. Spendthrift Farm stallion Tisway, one of the greatest milers of all time. Tisway is on the way up as a leading second crop sire with 6 black type winners and 10 black type horses in 2016. Tisway will participate in Spendthrift's Breed Secure program in 2017.
Hampton Court's coming fast. Hampton Court hit the lead, ran away and won it, beat Duccio. Hampton Court is starting to gobble them up on the outside though. Hampton Court's hit the front with 100 metres to go, and Hampton Court's run away and beaten First Seal and Swainers.
Here's Machono! They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Private Zone has run a 45 flat half mile and has opened up 2.5 lengths. Private Zone's got the lead close to home and he's all by himself. Private Zone wins the Forgo.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
A Florida-bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida-bred.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with a 1-2 finish by stablemates in the Grade 3 HARLAN'S Holiday Stakes coming up in this segment. But first to Aqueduct for the Queens County Stakes. Bay of Plenty, the 6-5 favorite. Travis Stone has the call.
Up the backstretch after half and 48 and 3. It's War Story going head-to-head with Bay of Plenty. Sunny Ridge is poised to their outside, racing third to the half-mile pole. Unbridled Wands down inside, racing along in fourth. Discreet Lovers now fifth. Watershed is on the move from the back of the pack, circling up on the far outside. Round the far turn, Bay of Plenty is stopping. That leaves War Story alone in the lead with Sunny Ridge in pursuit. Watershed is winding up on the far outside. Unbridled Wands is fourth toward the rail. Racing for the top of the stretch, it's War Story the leader by 1 with 2 furlongs to go. Sunny Ridge, the whip is out in second. Unbridled Wand cuts the corner off the turn in third. Top of the stretch now, War Story kicks away by 3. War Story with 1 furlong to go. Unbridled Wand is full out, but Unbridled Wand is still second. Sunny Ridge is back in third. Discreet Lovers in fourth, heading for the final 16th, and it is all War Story. War Story with a 5-length advantage. They went to the front and they never look back, winning by 6.
War Story, the winner officially by 7 3/4 lengths over Unbridled Juan. Antonio Gallardo aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 152-2. War Story placed in 3 Kentucky Derby preps at Fairgrounds at 3 for Tom Amos, but he had managed only an allowance victory at Thistledown in 5 previous starts this season. This was his 3rd start for Mario Seri Jr. The 4-year-old gelding by Northern of Fleet was bred in Kentucky by Jack Swain. It was a $90,000 Keeneland September yearling. War Story has earned $559,000. The winner is owned by Lutz Racing Stables and Partners. Darby Dan Farm stallion Televicati, a leading 3rd crop sire in North America in 2016. In the last month alone, Televicati has sired New York graded winner Verve's Tale, stakes winners Tale for Ruby and Saints Fan, and the promising debut-winning 2-year-old colt Gervin. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 3 Harlan's Holiday Stakes. Keen Ice at 8-5, a slight favorite over his stablemate Stanford. Peter Aiello has the call.
No change in the plot. Stanford makes the pace. He leads by a length. Awesome Slew is second. Made from Lucky pocketed up third. Applicator is 3 wide. Keen Ice is 4 wide down the backstretch run. A length better than High Riverside, and Joshua's Comprise is 7th and last with less than 5 furlongs to go. They went through the opening half mile in 48-4, and they swing into the far turn. It's Stanford in front from the outset. Leads at 3/4 of a length. Awesome Slew is second. On the outside, Keen Ice is asked to quicken. He's third. Made from Lucky down at the inside, 4th, followed by Applicator and High Riverside. Joshua's Comprise has tailed off as they run around the far turn. Less than 3 furlongs to go in the Harlan's Holiday Stakes, and the leader is still Stanford. He leads it by a neck. Up on the outside, and Keen Ice second. Awesome Slew put to a drive from third, and Made from Lucky is next as they turn for home. Stanford's been in front every step, and he opens up now. He leads it by 2.5 over Keen Ice second. Made from Lucky is in tight. He had to alter course with Awesome Slew, then High Riverside, but in deep stretch, the Harlan's Holiday goes to Stanford. Stanford and John Velasquez emphatically by 3.
Stanford by Spendthrift Farm stallion Malibu Moon defeats his Todd Fletcher trained stablemate Keen Ice by 3 lengths. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells Graduates. John Velasquez aboard in 142 flat. Front-running winner of the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic in April, Stanford making his first start off a 6-month layoff. This victory may have earned him a start in the $12 million Pegasus Cup at Gulfstream Park. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm. A $120,000 Keeneland September yearling turned $550,000 Barrett's March 2-year-old. Stanford has earned $1,197,000 for Stone Street Stables, Susan Magner, Michael Tabor, and Derek Smith. Coming up, a record-setting Pegasus prep for California Crow.
Mama Joyce to kick off the early pick 4 with an easy win.
It's First Heritage in front. First Heritage begins to edge away.
Sticks Stately Dude gets there and pulls away in the end.
But here's Floridora on the outside, and it's the New York Invader, Floridora, to win it.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions,
the 11th Triple Crown winner,
13 classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
The Windstar Farm Star Breeders of the Month are John and Tanya Gunther. John and Tanya are the breeders of Tamarcuz. The son of Speightstown recently captured the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, defeating a field that now includes 3 other Grade 1 winners. Tamarcuz made an early move in the far turn and powered down the stretch to win going away.
And Tamarcuz will win it going away.
Thank you, John and Tanya. You make the dream possible.
From the world's leading thoroughbred auction house comes the first opportunity to find quality bloodstock in 2017. This January at Keeneland, find a diverse selection of offerings from yearlings and broodmares to breeding prospects and racing prospects at the 2017 Keeneland January Horses of All Ages sale. Monday, January 9th through Friday, January 13th. View the catalog online at Keeneland.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Los Alamitos for the Winter Challenge. It is first start over his home track. California Chrome bet down to a nickel on the dollar. Here's the call by Bobby Newman.
And they're off in the Winter Challenge, and it was a perfect start for California Chrome on the outside. He's hustling away. So is Presidensky along the inside, and Lucky J Lean between those two with 1 lap to go. Avanti Bello going to sit just off the pace today. He's 4th, with Point Piper a close-up 5th outside of Howdy, who will save ground for the run into turn, now coming 1 path off the fence and going to challenge for the lead. Wrightwood is following him. Unusual meeting in tight quarters. They're pretty well bunched for the run around the first turn, as the entire field only separated by 6 lengths. Trailers ain't misbehaving, and Papa Cool. The opening quarter was moderate, 23-3, and a good battle up front. It's Presidensky the inside, Howdy just hounding him from the outer, Lucky J Lane way out in the center of the track, and Wrightwood down along the fence. California Chrome is racing way out in the center. He is now a joint 5th and only 3 lengths off the lead, but he's starting to move, and California Chrome is getting closer, and Point Piper is also going with an early run as they line up 5 across the track going into the turn. 47-2 was the opening half mile. Point Piper has already come calling for the lead, but California Chrome is going even better, and California Chrome 5 wide on the turn has swept right on by for Victor Espinoza as they reach the top of the stretch of the Winter Challenge, and California Chrome is opening up now on Point Piper. Here he is, California Chrome, the richest horse in the history of North American racing, and he's gliding home in the Winter Challenge and capping off a spectacular 2016 season to the delight of all of his hometown fans. He won by 8.
California Chrome rolls home officially by a dozen lengths over Point Piper. Under a high weight of 126 pounds and Victor Espinoza, California Chrome lowers the track record to 140 flat. The Art Sherman trainee prepping for a rematch with Breeders' Cup Classic winner Arrogate in the $12 million Pegasus Cup, his final start before embarking on his stud career. The California-bred 5-year-old horse by Lucky Pulpit has won or placed in 18 stakes. California Chrome's bankroll is now over $14.5 million. California Chrome paid the minimum $210 to win, and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. We'll have graded stakes action from opening day at Santa Anita, including the Grade 1 Malibu Stakes and the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes, along with sprinters at Gulfstream Park and the Grade 3 Mr. Prospector Stakes next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs. Online at tbredweek.com.